Hello and welcome back to another episode of Joe's Knows NFL Sports. We're sorry we couldn't get any episodes out previously the last couple of weeks, but we will be pumping out episodes every single week going forward. My name is Rich Dangara, and I am here with Matt Freeman and Giacomo Imperiali. We got a great show for you guys today, but first we're going to take a look back on our action-packed Week 8 in a new segment called 2-Minute Drill. How it's going to work, we're going to have a 2-minute countdown. We're going to go through all the games, Week 8. We got 3 guys here, so if you don't have anything to say, don't say it. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Vikings-Rams.
Puka's a dog, and the Vikings might be frauds.
Sam Darnold's 100% a fraud.
Rams tells he's fun. Cards-Fins.
Tua being back is massive.
Mars him.
Rip Dolphin. Jets-Pats.
Jets and Devontae Adams don't change anything.
The Jets suck.
Woody Johnson needs to go. Eagles-Bengals.
Eagles are so hit or miss. They're streaky.
Eagles are better than the Commanders.
Packers-Jags.
Jordan Love is scary injury.
The Packers are legit.
They're sick, yeah. Titans-Lions.
Lions are the best team in the NFL.
NFC, yeah.
I agree, yeah. Falcons-Bucks.
Kirko's legit.
Yeah, Falcons are going to win that division.
Ravens-Browns.
Jameis is the answer.
How can you not love Jameis Winston?
I'm not panicking on the Ravens.
Colts-Texans.
Anthony Richardson being benched is the smart move.
Richardson sucks.
Should be out for the year. That was BS. Chargers-Saints.
Saints are fraudulent, but the Chargers are too.
Chargers sneaky, I'm telling you.
Didn't watch the game at all. Bills-Seahawks.
The Bills are the clear-cut best team in the AFC East, and Josh Allen is him.
Agreed, and Seahawks are frauds.
James Cook's a dog. Bears-Commies.
Commanders are legit. Jaden Daniels should be the front runner for MVP right now.
What a play.
Oh.
Just what a play.
Okay. I will get to MVP talk.
Yeah, we will. Panthers-Broncos.
Bo Nix is great, and I think he's very underrated.
Yeah, the Broncos are a little overrated, but they're good.
Didn't watch it. Our Chiefs-Raiders.
Chiefs figure out a way. Can't bet against Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Our last game, 15 seconds. Cowboys-Niners.
Cowboys got to figure it out. Too much talent to lose this bad.
Neither team is Super Bowl competitive.
I agree. Jared Jones needs to go, and that'll be it with a minute and
time.
55 seconds left. That was a fantastic 2-minute drill. Any last comments on Week 8 before we move on?
It's hard to. I don't know. I disagree with the whole Jaden Daniels MVP take, but if you're going to make that take after a pretty underwhelming performance last week, he didn't really play very well, and he got 50 yards and a touchdown off of tip drill moonball Hail Mary. That was pretty low. I don't know if that was a very MVP like performance. I don't know if that would be my takeaway, but yeah, there you go.
Well, absolutely not. I agree with you. Maybe not the best takeaway from that game specifically, but looking statistically, just the way he's played in these first couple of games, I think he's no doubt top 3 in MVP. I think it's him and Lamar, and I'd give Jaden Daniels the edge. Maybe that's a little biased, but Jaden Daniels has been playing out of his mind this year.
Okay.
All right, moving on. We're going to move on to our Week 9 rapid-fire game picks. Kicking us off, we have Thursday Night Football in the Meadowlands. The Texans traveling to the Jets. Matt, I'll kick it to you.
Yeah, I think the Texans are going to take care of business here, but I do think the Jets keep it sneakily close.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Such a trap game. Not too trappy, though. I'll take the Texans to get it done.
Yeah, I agree. Big trap game for the Texans. Stephon Diggs out for the year. I think the Jets will sneak one out here. Moving on, though, it'll be the Dallas Cowboys going to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to probably go with Atlanta here. I think that there's too many holes on this on this Cowboys team right now, especially with Bland and Micah Parsons both dealing with some major injuries. I think the Falcons will get it done in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are very due for a big upset game. I don't think it's this week for that reason. I thought that they were going to win this past week, but obviously they looked a lot worse than I thought. I'll trust Kirko and the boys to get the job done at home.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go with the Falcons here. Both teams have been lackluster, but I think the Falcons will win at home. Moving on, the Raiders will travel to a struggling Cincinnati Bengals team.
I think the Bengals are going to get on the right track here. I think they'll take care of business at home.
Yeah, I think this is the blowout of the week. I think the Bengals are just going to come out firing on all cylinders. Obviously, Raiders losing Devontae Adams. They have really no explosion on the offensive side. I think I'll take the Bengals in a big win this week.
Bengals need this to keep their season alive. I would say at this point, I'll take them here. Moving on, we have the Chargers going to the Jameis Winston Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers here. It was a great story, but I think that this Jim Harbaugh-led team is going to, I guess, blow the fluke out of the water here with the Browns following that last week.
Jameis Winston pre- and post-game speeches being back gets me fired up as an NFL fan. I'm going to ride the hot hand. Give me Cleveland at home. I love the explosiveness of the offense. And Njoku and Tillman both looked awesome with Winston under center. I'll take the Browns at home.
Yeah, as much as I love the story of Jameis Winston coming back, I'm just going to have to go with the Chargers here. They've been playing very good under Jim Harbaugh. I think they'll take it. Going up next, the New England Patriots going to Tennessee playing the Titans.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to watch. I'll go with the Patriots. I think Gerard Mayo is a better head coach, but this is a tough one.
Yeah, as Rich like to call these type of games the toilet bowl. I'm honestly waiting to see Drake May's status for this weekend. Still not 100% sure. As of right this second, I'm going to go the Titans. If May's 100% going to be confirmed playing, I could shift that the other way, though.
Yeah, this is also the red zone game of the week. Similar to what Glock you said, I think you said it best. If May's playing, I think that the Patriots will win. But right now, he is unknown. I will take the Titans at home.
I agree.
Moving on, the Washington Commanders going to the New York Giants.
I actually really want to pick the Giants here. I can't do it just based on how atrocious that offense has been. So I'm going to go with the Commanders, but I think the Giants do keep it very close.
I agree. I think the Giants keep it close, but there's just too many injuries in the secondary. Missing Cordero Flott. Banks was the only cornerback in that Monday night game against the Steelers. Adoree Jackson is also out. Those two guys not being being the Giants cornerbacks 2 and 3. I think that Jaden Daniels is going to have a field day throwing to Terry. I think they're going to fry the Giants secondary. So I just think that they're going to be able to put up too many points to outlast this Giants team. I'll take the Commanders.
Yeah, no doubt in division football, this will be a close one. I will take the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, can't say enough about him. I love that kid right now. Moving on, though, the New Orleans Saints falling off a cliff, going to the worst team in the league, in my opinion, the Carolina Panthers.
I don't really know if you call this an upset pick. I'm not really sure who's supposed to win this one, but I'm going to go with the Panthers. It's another bad one.
Yeah, I don't trust Bryce Young to win a football game as much as I hate the Panthers and how much I think they stink. I'll take Rattler. I think he gets his footing on track. This Panthers defense is so questionable. I'll take the Saints on the road.
Another good red zone game. I will take the Panthers. Moving on. Denver Broncos going to my Baltimore Ravens.
I think the Ravens are going to blow them out of the water. This Broncos run has been fun to watch, I guess, with Sean Payton and Bo Nix kind of working that offense, but I think the Ravens are going to snap them back to reality real quick.
Yeah, Matt, I don't think that the Broncos are that bad of a team as you just said, but the Ravens after that loss are maybe the Broncos by 50 points this week. It's going to be an absolute blowout. I'll take the Ravens big.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Ravens. It seems just like a weird Isaiah Likely just 120-yard game. I just feel it. Moving on, the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Philly to play the Eagles.
Yeah, with that offense healthy, they're going to be really difficult to stop, and the Jags can't stop a nosebleed right now, so I got to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles are such frauds, and I absolutely despise them, but the Jags are just even worse. I'll take the Eagles.
Yeah, in my opinion, the Eagles are a sleeping giant. I will take them here. Now, Chicago Bears going to the Cardinals.
I'm actually going to take the Chicago Bears here. I mean, the way that Eberflus has this offense moving, I think they should be a lot better than they have been. I think Caleb Williams has been missing a lot of his reads right now. I have to assume that's going to get rectified this week and against a pretty weak secondary for the Cardinals. I think that the Bears offense will find their rhythm and get a win on the road here.
Yeah, I'm going to go against Matt here. I mean, the Kyler and Marv connection is working. It's still a work in progress. I think that this is a big chemistry game for them. I just think that the Cardinals are going to be able to put up too many points against the Bears offense that I don't think has shown me enough yet to compete in a shootout type of game, so I'll take the Cardinals at home here.
Yeah, I've been high on them all year. I think this team is so sick. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here. I like what you said, Glock. The Bears cannot keep up with a shootout-style game, and obviously the Cardinals strive in that kind of scenario. Going up next, the Los Angeles Rams going to Seattle to play Seahawks.
Yeah, I know for a fact this is going to be a bit of an upset, but I'm going to go with the Rams here. The way that offense was moving looked fantastic on Thursday night. Byron Young, Fisk, Verse, Turner, they've been fantastic in the front seven. A lot better than people expected, and I don't think the Seahawks defensively are really able to stop a Sean McVay-led offense. So I'm going to go with the Rams on the road.
I mean, Free, that's definitely not the upset pick. The Rams should be the favorite to win this game. I'm not sure if they are off the top of the head, but the Rams should 100% be the choice of this game. I'm actually going to take the Seahawks at home, though. If once DK plays, which I'm fingers crossed, hopefully he does play this weekend. Wait, is he not? Is he definitely ruled out?
No,
Not sure.
You said that they should be the favorite, and then you took the other team. That's why I was like, whoa.
No, I know, but the all right, my bad.
I'm not sure on his status. I'm not sure.
But the Rams. Hold on, I want to check the spread. I'm like 95% sure that the Rams are favored.
We don't condone gambling, by the way.
I know, but I'm just saying that they should be the favorite for the game.
No, I don't have a clue in the world.
Yeah, the Rams are favored by 2 points.
All right, Tim.
Good. We don't condone gambling, though.
No.
Here, I'll just pick back up.
Oh, we're not leaving that in? Oh.
No.
Okay. All right, Tim. Fuck Richie, I guess. Let's make him edit.
Yeah, Freed. I mean, I don't think that the Rams are the upset pick at all. The Rams are actually the favorite in this game. Excuse me. Apart from that, I am going to take the Seahawks at home. However, I think DK could play possibly, and if he does play, he is that X factor for the Seahawks offense. Excuse me. This is more just a gut instinct type of game. I get that the Rams look great on Thursday night, but I'm going to take the Seahawks at home.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go with the Rams. The team looks really fun, fully healthy. Moving on. Indianapolis Colts going to Minnesota to play the Vikings.
This is another really tough one because I have to go with the Vikings here, but I really do think this Colts team is going to be on another level than what we've seen with Jonathan Taylor healthy and with Joe Flacco at the quarterback position. But the Vikings have been sliding a little bit. I think they'll get one at home.
Oh, I love the Vikings diss. I hope they fall off a cliff, this team. I've been the biggest Packers advocate the whole season. I think the Lions are legit. I hope they just dwindle and fall out of every single playoff spot. Jersey Joe Flacco is going to get the job done on the road. I'll take the Colts.
I think we have a sweep here. I really like Joe Flacco and the Colts. I mean, it's just Joe Flacco, and he's a legend. He's a legend. Joe Flacco is a legend. Moving on to our games of the week. First one up, we have the Detroit Lions going to Green Bay in a huge NFC North divisional matchup. Reed?
See, this is really tough for me because, if Jordan Love was 100% ready to go, I think the Packers would be the clear choice here. But with how good the Lions have been, even without Jameson Williams, Ben Johnson's number one vertical threat, I think that the pick is still the Lions. The Packers secondary has been phenomenal with Stokes and Jair Alexander and Xavier McKinney. But I think their ability to just consistently run the football effectively against a Packers front that hasn't been too great at stopping the run, I think that that's going to be the X factor. And with the Packers really having no answer offensively with Jordan Love injured, I think that the Lions are going to control this one and eventually win.
2 words. I agree.
I agree. Very simple. Moving on, though, we have another Super Bowl rematch. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is really an interesting game because I think that the Chiefs are due for a little bit of regression. I don't think it's this week, though. The injuries that the Bucs are having on both sides of the football right now, I don't see them being able to go into Arrowhead and beat a Chiefs team. Even though they've been struggling a little bit offensively, I still don't see them pulling off the upset here. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
2 words again. I agree.
I agree, but also you can't go against Patrick Mahomes until proven otherwise. He has not been playing great, and he's 7-0. It's unfair. Moving on, final game of the week, we have another big AFC East matchup. The Miami Dolphins going to Buffalo to play the Bills.
So, I mean, I'll keep it pretty simple here. I'm really excited. I'm really happy that Tua is back. You never want to see a guy get injured, especially as tragic as it was for Tua. But I'm more happy he's back just so Dolphins fans don't have an excuse when the Bills absolutely beat the brakes off of them. They were simply a better team coming into this year. They've been a better team all year. they'll continue to be a better team in Buffalo when they beat the brakes off the Miami Dolphins.
I'm going to agree and disagree. I think that the Bills will win the game. I think the Dolphins are going to keep it a little bit closer than people expect in this game. I think that Tua, obviously rusty off of everything he went through last week, I think that they finally find that stride back. I mean, just with how dynamic these guys are, we saw Devon Achane go absolutely nuclear last week. We know how good of a threat he is. And it's only a matter of time before, maybe it's not this week, but Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are going to both explode at some point in this year. I think that it's going to be at least some sort of minor big spike this week. I think the Dolphins keep it closer than a lot of people expect, and that team does look better as a whole. But I agree, Freed. I'll take the Bills at home. They're by far the best team in the AFC East.
I 100% agree. I think the Bills have a shot in the conversation of saying they're the best team in the AFC. I think they're number 2 to the Lions in the entire NFL. I will be going with the Bills. Flat out, just a better team. Please stop playing football is all I really need to say. And that's all I got. So yeah, those were our week 9 game picks. Now moving over, I have a question for you guys. If you were to pick a below 500 team to make the playoffs, who would you guys pick?
I think right off the bat, the easy play, and I think it's an obvious one for a reason. I think it's the Cincinnati Bengals. Yep. Obviously, we know how the top end talent can produce with Joe Burrow when T. Higgins is healthy, how he can play, and then obviously Jamar Chase. When they're going offensively, I think they're one of the best offenses in the NFL. Joe Burrow has been playing like an MVP caliber quarterback so far this year. It's really just consistency defensively, and I think you'll get that, as health kind of gets back on their side. I think Hendrickson and Hubbard on the edges will be very good as, time goes on down the stretch. And then Geno Stone, Cam Taylor-Britt, I think were major pickups as well. I think those guys haven't really made their full impact as of right now, but I think with a bit of a lighter schedule down the stretch, I think they have a legitimate chance to potentially jump over the Steelers, who have a very tough schedule, and snag an AFC wildcard spot.
I couldn't agree more. I think that the Bengals are the easy pick, yes, but I think it's also the right pick. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think they're 3-4. They've been dealing with injuries. Stafford has still looked good despite all the injuries. Puka came back to look legit, and he's going to get cut back in a very short amount of time. Again, I don't know what the Rams' plans are to do with Cooper Kupp. There's rumors that he may be traded. If Kupp is still on the roster past that deadline, I think that the Rams can make a push. As we mentioned last week, the 49ers don't look like the same. Ayuk out for the year. We don't know what's really going on in San Fran. So if they really crumble, I think it's the Rams' division to win. The Cardinals are so hit or miss. I don't think that they're as legit, and they don't have that playoff caliber that the Rams have. So I'd say the Rams right now, sitting at 3-4, can be a sleeping giant and take the NFC West.
100%. That was my pick, the Rams. It's kind of hot, but I would like to highlight the Jets a little bit. Yep. This AFC, it's not that good. Like, yep. I can really see like a 9-8 sneaking in there.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets have they have a favorable schedule. They have the Texans coming up. They play the Dolphins twice, but other than that, they don't really have an extreme schedule. And we're not going to list out all the playmakers on that roster. It just, they need to play better. Simply need to play better. Moving on though, last talking point for the day. We're going to go through a couple teams. They are either good or great. They're on the cusp. We're going to go through it. We're going to find out. Kicking us off first, Kansas City Chiefs. Freed.
Yeah, so I'm going to say great. I don't think this is a signature Chiefs team by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think we can really kid ourselves here. They're back-to-back Super Bowl champions. They still have the best coach and the best player on the planet. They're a great football team.
Hate repeating myself, but I agree.
Great. Moving on. Texans.
See, this is another tough one for me because I do think that they are a great football team, and I think that they will be a great football team, come playoff time around December. But I think that there's a long way to go. I have no doubts that they will get there. But the secondary needs to be better. The interior defensive line needs to be better. Obviously, the playmakers need to get healthier, being without Stephon Diggs potentially for the year. And then Nico Collins out for an extended period of time. That's going to hurt. But I still think this is a great team. There's just a long way to go if they want to be a legitimate AFC contender.
Yeah, Frida, I know how much you love this team. Nico's going to be back soon. I really would not question it. The Texans are a great football team. I really don't think it's a question.
I'm gonna go with good here. I have no idea how this team is 6-2. They've had a cupcake schedule, to be honest. Our only real win is over the Bills. Um, but Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs are out for a long period of time. I just can't see this team making a deep playoff run without those key playmakers. Moving on, Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that this is more. I guess I'm going to sit in the middle here. I guess a little bit more middle than the Texans. So I'm going to say half good, half great. I think offensively they're absolutely elite. The offensive line play has been a lot better as the season goes on. We know AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley. Like we know those guys are absolutely legit. It really comes down to two things for me. It's the secondary and the quarterback play. I don't trust Jalen Hurts to consistently take care of the football. We're now a year and a half removed from his last good year, which was when he went to the Super Bowl in 2022. But, rough year in 2023. He's playing okay so far this year, but I don't know if he's going to be able to take him to the promised land, especially with some pretty mediocre coaching by Sirianni and Kellen Moore. And then in the secondary, Darius Slay has been incredibly underwhelming. Quinyon Mitchell has been pretty good, but very sloppy, as the cornerback too. I think that this is a team that can be great, no doubt about it, but they're a little bit closer to good right now for me.
I don't think that they're between good and great. I think they're more between good and mid, if I'm going to be honest. I don't really trust Jalen Hurts to lead an offense at all. 8-4 touchdown to interception ratio, 69.1 completion percentage just doesn't do it for me. I love the weapons, don't get me wrong. AJ Brown's an absolute stud. I think Smitty's awesome too. I just don't trust Jalen Hurts to get it done in the big games. I mean, we can look at history repeating itself. I know we joke that I hate about Lamar Jackson. He's really never gotten done in the playoffs. Jalen Hurts had that one run, as Matt mentioned, where he went to the Super Bowl. But even in the playoffs, he just didn't play that well. He gets bailed out by the tush push a lot to inflate his numbers. I just don't trust him as much. And as we mentioned, their defense has really been non-existent, is the best word to put it. So on both sides of the ball, I think that they've been underwhelming. I get you could say the offensive unit as a whole, I agree, has been good. I just still don't trust Jalen Hurts. So I'd 100%, if that's big good or great, it would 100% be good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go with good here. They have been heating up a little bit the last couple of weeks. Can't lie. I can really see this team week 16, week 17, and we'll be talking about Eagles being great. Moving on, my Baltimore Ravens.
It's a great team. Really, really no other way to cut it. Lamar Jackson's playing like an MVP again. Defensively, they need to step up to be an elite team, to be, in my opinion, a threat to dethrone the Chiefs and the Bills, who I have as the two top teams in the AFC right now. But the Ravens are right there. I think that they could legitimately be a Super Bowl team. They're definitely a great team. I just need to see that next step for me to put them in a Super Bowl favorite category.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I love to hate on this team. They are 100% a great football team. They actually just wrapped up, honestly, their hardest part of the schedule. If you look ahead, they really don't play a lot of good teams. They play the Texans in week 16. And apart from that, they play the Eagles in week 14. Those are really the only two games. Then you got like a couple of in-division games. You got the Giants. So they have a very favorable schedule down the stretch as well. The Ravens are 100% a good football team despite the loss last week.
Yeah, I agree. Great football team. Defense needs to step it up a little bit, though, and secondary and pass rush need to figure it out. Next, Minnesota Vikings.
I think this is a good team. I don't think this is a great team. The way that Brian Flores has managed this defense in the beginning of the year has been incredibly impressive, but we're starting to see these higher-level offensive minds figure it out. We saw Sean McVay use a lot of pre-snap motion to kind of decipher, if pressure is coming and if yes, from which side. And that allowed Matthew Stafford to kind of pick them apart. And I think that's going to be a common theme throughout the rest of the year. I don't think this is a great football team. I think it's a good team. It's been a great year for them, great surprise, but this is not an elite team in the NFC.
I don't even want to say they're a good football team. I want to say that they are a fraudulent football team. Been saying it since week one. Darnold looked great. I didn't buy the hype. I get they had a great stretch. Brian Flores, as Matt mentioned, was absolutely spectacular play calling. He still is. This Vikings team I don't think that they can compete with the best of the best. They lost to a injury-riddled, very underwhelming Rams team on Thursday night. I get that McVay, again, had great play calling, but and looking at the schedule ahead, it's not very favorable. A lot of tough in-division matchups. Still got to play the Lions and Packers. I mean, they have tough games coming up, and I don't think that they can hang with the top dogs of the NFC or AFC. I think that this is a fraudulent team. And again, if I had to pick good or great, it's 100% good, but on the lowest spectrum of good.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good team. They were fun the first 5 weeks. Sam Darnold coming back. I think everyone kind of saw that coming. Moving on, though, Buffalo Bills.
This is a great football team. Flat out, the secondary has been great, even with the injury to Ron Johnson throughout the early part of this year. The defense has held up pretty solidly, and especially if Matt Milano can come back towards the back end of this year, they're going to be scary. And then offensively, we know how good Joe Brady is. We know how good Josh Allen is. We know how big of an addition the Amari Cooper addition was. They're a great team.
I mean, I don't like to brag too much a lot because I know I make a lot of dumb takes on these shows, but I'm going to brag a little bit here. Both of these guys have the Jets to win the division. I took the Bills since day one. I was never betting against Josh Allen. I physically can't. You could say that the weapons with Stephon Diggs. I mean, I'm a big Khalil Shakir guy. He looks like Josh Allen's safety blanket, and he has been all season. As I mentioned, Amari Cooper is a great receiver. Was a non-factor last week, but that's just him getting used to the system. This Bills team is legit, and the defense was the question. I agree. Milano going out week one was scary, but if he can be back, this Bills team is not just great; they're legit. I think that they're the best team in the AFC right now. I love Josh Allen, and you can't debate me otherwise. The Bills are absolutely legit.
I 100% agree. Bills are legit. I had them going 8-9 preseason, but this team is legit, 100%. Moving on, Washington Commanders.
I'll keep this one short and sweet. I think they're a good team, not a great team. Cliff has been fantastic offensively. Dan Quinn has been great, on both sides of the ball. But I think that once they start to play the elite competition, they're going to fall off.
Couldn't agree more. The defense is so suspect. That secondary, I don't know how they've been getting away with some of these low-scoring battles that they've been in. It's beyond me. Emmanuel Forbes, also their cornerback one, has been injured for more than half the season. So I couldn't agree more with Matt. I love the Jaden Daniels hype. I think that he is absolutely spectacular. But if you're looking at this Commanders team as a whole, they are a good football team. I think that they still have a shot to win the NFC East, but I think that they're a first-round playoff exit.
Team was really fun. Jaden Daniels has a future in this league. I think this team's just good, though. Just good. Moving on, Atlanta Falcons.
It's a good team. They were my pick to win the division preseason. It looks like that's going to be the case, but I in no way think this is a team that's going to win a playoff game. I think arguably all 4 NFC North teams are better than them. They're a middle-of-the-road team within the contenders in the NFC. They're not a great team.
Yeah, I took the Bucs to win this division, which, looking back, it was the right pick for about 8 weeks, and then they had a double injury with Godwin and Evans last week, and now 100% with Godwin's being out for the year and Evans being out for at least 4 weeks. The Falcons are no doubt the surefire pick to win this division. But like Matt just said, they're a good football team in a fraudulent, weaker division with a lot of injuries. I mean, Carr's not playing for the Saints. You got your 2 star wide receivers out for the Bucs. So they are a good football team. They're a playoff team, but they're not going to win a game.
I agree. This team's good, a little lackluster, but good. Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I think the Packers are a great team, especially as they get a little bit healthier on both sides of the football. I think the secondary is absolutely legit. When Jordan Love is healthy, this offense is going to be firing on all cylinders, plain and simple. I think this is a great team.
I agree.
Great team. I agree. All right. Awesome. That is going to round out our episode today. Please keep an eye out. We'll be pumping out episodes every single week. Fantasy show coming out. Similar time to this one. We got some start sits, waiver wire pickups, and trade targets. And be sure to check out Matt's TikTok at Freed's Locks for some of his takes, position rankings, and some other fun stuff. On behalf of Matt Freeman, Giacomo Imperiale, and myself, Richard Zangara, thanks for watching.